In this video, we're going to talk about IT for enterprise-sized companies, how to make use of and migrate to cloud services for larger companies. G'day Dan, how are you?
Thanks, Tim.
So we've been speaking a lot about IT services and support for SMEs, small and medium-sized businesses, but you also do work in the enterprise space. Can you talk to me about some of the specific challenges that come up when you're thinking big when it comes to the cloud?
Enterprise customers generally have a lot of IT equipment. They've got a lot of users to support, and it tends to be difficult for them to make changes, to migrate services to the cloud. It's just a longer project than what it is for a smaller customer. The types of services that we can then provide for an enterprise customer is to be able to build technology for them that enables them to move their enterprise into another data center without them having to build their data center, their second data center themselves.
So you kind of get to be the outsourced data center without having to actually do that infrastructure work themselves.
That's right. Instead of them going to the hassle of building up a second data center that has servers and storage and routers and all that kind of thing, they can literally subscribe to one of our services and then get a second data center as a monthly subscription.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. Let's talk about some tips for people who might be considering moving an enterprise business over to the cloud. What are some of the 2 or 3 things that people might need to look out for, or that they could sort of, sneaky tricks along the way?
Some of the initial things that an enterprise customer should be looking at is not necessarily moving everything into the one cloud environment. There's some businesses that will move everything to public cloud or everything to private cloud. And again, I would say, look at the different types of cloud and work out what is the right solution. What's the right hybrid approach for your enterprise, for your particular environment? So look at that and work out what's going to be the best solution that fits.
Okay, that makes sense. And one of the things I imagine that's very important for enterprise level clients is to make sure that they've outsourced their data storage and a backup of that. Are there any particular tips or tricks along the way to that outcome?
Yeah, what we would tend to say to enterprise customers is don't necessarily go to the expense of building that second site for off-siting your data. And this is a common thing that most larger customers need to do. They need to have a secondary site just in case something happens to their primary location. So don't go to the expense now of building that second site and having a mirror copy of it. By using the cloud, in particular in this case, by using private cloud, you can quite easily bring up that second data center for your off-site storage and just have that off-site storage going into a secondary data center.
Okay, that makes sense. Any other tips that you might have when it comes to IT support for enterprise level businesses?
Yeah, certainly be able to look at IT service providers and be able to work out what services that they have that can augment the team that you have in place. So you might have projects on that are taking your team away from doing their regular business as usual support for your end users. So look at IT service providers to be able to come in and do those projects, because in a lot of cases the service providers themselves are doing these projects over and over again. So
there might be some efficiencies that they've learned over time simply by repeating the same thing again and again.
That's exactly right. And it also frees up your team to continue the business as usual and bring in the professionals to do the more complex tasks.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, thank you so much. For those of you who'd like to find out more, please visit us online through SaberVox.com.au.